Hello, friends. It is Denise from Loving Life at 60ish. And my Etsy shop is fairyrosecottage.etsy.com. All of the savings challenges I'm using today are in my Etsy shop. If you can't find them, let me know. It just may mean that it sold out and I haven't relisted it. I kind of lost track of the sold out ones, and then the way Etsy put them in, they changed the default that it goes to, and then I discovered there was a whole bunch of them that I had sold out of and had not relisted. So just feel free to message me on Etsy and say, hey, where's that Dumbo one? I don't see it. And I will get it right out. This savings challenge is the one, it's a randomizer, so I'm using a randomizer for it. And what I've been doing is putting the money in front of the envelope and then going back and coloring in all of the icons. So we're going to get started. I actually have my last grief group tonight, and so I need to go to that, and I have to go a little early because I need to pick up a couple of things at Lowe's. So I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone today, and not have to travel up to Bangor twice during this weekend time. So I roll the dice, and I've got my 12 dice this time, my D12, because I keep forgetting to do that. And then I'm going, oh, that's so weird that only the first 6 are getting anything. And then I remember I've got the wrong dice. So we're just going to get started. 3 is mini dance. I have the wrong glasses on, I just realized. And we're putting $2 in each time. Most of these challenges go towards vacation. Daisy dance. I do want to just explain my vacation fund. Not really explain it, but okay, 12 is adventures out there. So I have a vacation fund, and I have a continuous vacation fund. This money gets recycled into the vacation fund and the renovation fund. This is money that I save. Number 5 is Minnie's Flowers. Right there. After everything is taken care of for the month. So I have a lot of bills, just like everyone else. However, my bills are all taken out of my account automatically. And Scott and I set that up a few years ago. I know a lot of people do it that way. For us, it was the easiest. And what it did for us was it basically, 9 is beach. Told us what we had left. Like, so this is just theoretical. Okay. So say we had $1,000, say his disability was $1,000 a month. Okay. Theoretical, obviously. And once that got deposited on, comes in the same day of the month every month. Number 4. So we know that when that $1,000 is deposited, 700 of it, okay, again, I'm just pretend numbers, comes out in bills. Between the time that disability is deposited and the last bill gets taken out, it is $700. So that tells us we have $300 left. And we know that we're going to need $150 for groceries during that time. This is 12. And so we take that out. So now we know we have $150 left. And we need $50 in gas. Okay. It goes down fast, doesn't it? 2 is Lilo and Stitch. And so then we have 100 left. I now know that $100 is mine to save in savings challenges. Now that's a really basic look at it. Obviously, there's also, we might eat out, or we might do this, or we might do that. So we have compensated for that and know our spending for the month is going to be a certain amount most months. And then I know that beyond that, I can take that money and use it for savings. And so I tend not to do savings challenges for bills. Okay, that's why I can do a vacation savings challenge, savings challenges, or renovation savings challenges, a holiday one, because I already know how much money is going to be available generally. Okay, now give or take a bit, Lady and the Tramp, every month, because things change month to month. Like our electric bill is always different every single month. 8 is Tinkerbell. So that's how I do it. Now, this past year, I took into consideration also that we have some bills that come up once a year or twice a year at the most, and they throw us off, right? So I do save for those also. But generally, the money that I'm saving is leftover budget money. I do the same thing in my business, 5 mini flowers. I do the same thing in my business. I know what most of my monthly costs are going to be for my business. The things I need to order, the laminating paper, the this, the that, the Etsy fees, the shipping, taxes. I take out a little bit for taxes. So that's all taken out of my business and put into a savings account. 5 is mini flowers. And then I have extra left. Now that extra has always been out of my business, has always been for holidays, Lady and the Tramp, holidays, vacations, and fun extras. Okay. So I'm just explaining this because of my conversation yesterday in my video. I don't really think I explained it really well. And so I just wanted to explain how I do it. I know a lot of people save for their electric bill and save for their telephone and save for their, do savings challenges for those things. I don't, because I already know what the monthly costs are, and so I just don't spend that money. Now, fast forward to Scott passed away. My income has changed drastically. And in the beginning, this is mini hearts. You'll be able to see the challenges in a minute. In the beginning, I did not realize. Well, actually, in the very beginning, when he first died, I panicked and thought I was going to be homeless, which was a ridiculous panic, but it all has to do with grief and the things in your head that don't make sense, but are there, you know. It's a whole scientific thing, evidently. 12 is adventure. And for the last 5 months, I have not really worked out my budget. I have basically let the money come out that needed to come out. Daisy dance. And willy-nilly used the rest of it to make up for the, you know, the loss of income when Scott passed away, because there is a dramatic loss. Flowers. With only one person in the household. Flowers again. So now what I'm doing is playing catch up. And indeed, Daisy Duck again. Oh, whoops, sorry, that was Daisy Duck that time. I have had to rob Peter to pay Paul. And when I do that, I rob from my fun stuff. So the vacations, this is mini dance. I'd say the renovations, but I had to use every penny of that for the bathroom renovations. Flowers. 3 is, boy, there's a lot of them that I have not rolled the dice for. 1, like 1, Dumbo. So I am now at the point where I've, a bit of the fog in my head has lifted, and I'm like, oh, I got to fix things. 12 again. Which means I needed to sit down and go through my entire budget. What has changed? What has stayed the same? What things have disappeared? 10 is mini hearts. Like the paint one, I haven't done at all. 8 is Tinkerbell. And worked through where I'm at. Do I have more extra money than I used to have when Scott was alive? Less extra money? The same? I'm going to say with 100% assurance, it is not the same. I'm also going to say with 100% assurance, it is less money that I have available for the fun outlets right now. But it took sitting down and really going through that. And here I am. This money that I'm using today was already supposed to be used back in May. And I am using it today, finally. It was $80. So that's sort of where I'm at, kind of you know, working my way back up. Like, for instance, I talked about yesterday that my Dumbo got $2, so we color in one block, one brick. My bathroom, now it is gorgeous. It was a need, mostly. There were some things in it that were a want, but it needed a new tub, it needed a new shower, it needed a new ceiling, it needed a new floor, the walls needed to be replaced, the sink needed to be replaced. It was, I did not need a makeup vanity, which was $300. But it is lovely and gorgeous, and it cost more than originally quoted, which was fine because Scott and I had already saved most of the money for it. But it took all of my renovation money, most of my renovation money. I got to see how much is here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. So 6 of them. So I am now at a point where I really need to reestablish savings challenges and make decisions as far as what exactly I am saving for. I know that I am saving for renovations because we also need to replace the front steps. Again, another need for safety reasons. We need to, this is mini dance. We need to, 8. So 4 of these. We need to redo the kids' bathroom. That is a ceiling, floor, sink, tub, shower situation. Again, old house, leaked, made a mess, rotted, things like that. And then the kitchen, it has some big issues also. So it's not going to get all done this year. You know, I'm not going to, obviously, I can't. I guess there's ways I could, right? But I'm not going to. 10. Daisy needs 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will not do anything that I can't pay for in cash. I've been Scott and I have both lived that way for years now. I only have the one credit card, and that's for the Disney points. It gets used and then gets paid off before the month is up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. So, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, for the finishing of the gardens outside, I mean, obviously I do a lot of the work myself, but I had to call in help. And so I do have someone, let's see, I only have $2 for this one. I do have someone coming in to help, and that money is a rob Peter to pay Paul. It is coming from my vacation money and going into my renovation money, which I think that that's a good workaround solution, since the money both for vacation and renovation come from the same pocket, so to speak. Lady and the Tramp 2. So that, I mean, in a nutshell, that's how I do things. However, I need to do a little more work on my budget. What I've really found since Scott has been gone is that I eat out more. Tinkerbell. And which is expensive. I mean, let's face it. However, I'm not buying groceries. So it's kind of a catch-22 there, right? I eat out more because of the socialization, because of the fact there's nothing I want to cook for myself, because of the fact I have to get out of the house. I right now am at a place where I cannot physically sit and eat by myself in the house. It doesn't feel good, and so I end up, my stomach gets upset and I don't eat. So, I mean, I am spending, I need to look at that. Am I spending more by going out to eat, or is it evening out because I'm not pulling in groceries? I was pulling in groceries, and what I was finding is 3, 4, 5, 6, I was throwing stuff away. And man, I don't like that feeling at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4. I do not like wasting food like that. Now, I don't eat out every meal, but I'm going to say most days I eat out one meal. Today, I'm eating with a grief group, and the church is actually paying for the meal because it's our last meeting. I have no paint job ones. Sad. And then the last one I have is the Adventures Out There one, because I'm including this as the 12th one. So 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I loved all the 5. Let me just color in one more. Evidently, I can't count and color at the same time. 6. No. I really enjoyed reading the comments from yesterday's thing about have you ever had to take money from one savings challenge to pay something else? Number 1, and number 2, how did you feel about it? What did you do about it? And I really loved the responses. I liked, well, I don't want to call anyone out. You guys can go and read the responses. But I liked the one about, I wouldn't take money out of anything that needed to be paid, basically. She said it much more eloquently than that. I wouldn't buy something that I had to take out. Although she didn't talk about emergencies, and not that my garden is an emergency, guys, but again, that comes out of the correct fund, but it's coming out of vacation instead of renovation. That's all. And the woman who said, basically she expresses gratitude for having the money to be able to pay the bill. I love that. Love it. So there were a lot of good comments about that, and I appreciate that. I think that's a big thing is I haven't felt guilty about it because of the way I've had to do it. I felt confused and worried, right? Like confused because things changed and I didn't look at the changes quick enough. And worried because I didn't look at the changes quick enough. So, as we go on the rest of this month, I'll be continuing to talk about this, and because I know I'm not the only one in this position where you save and save and save for something and then wham, something happens and you got to have that money, right? I mean, it's just the way it is. I look at my these type of things, my vacation, my renovation, even my holiday, to be perfectly honest, as gifts. That money is there, and I hope to use it for vacation or for renovations or for holidays. But if I have to use it for something else, then it just gives me that cushion of being able to breathe a little bit easier, right? I mean, I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to be kind of specific about, clear as to how I look at things and how things have gone in the past. And again, it is time to look at what's going on now. And moving forward, like I talked about yesterday, moving forward with Scott into the future, because tomorrow is the future. 10 minutes from now is the future. You see, I don't want to move back with Scott into the past. I mean, it's nice to look at memories and everything, but I've got to stay in the present and move towards the future. So I'll be talking about that a lot this month in a lot of different ways. I'm going to talk about my brain dump situation, how I do it. I introduced that to my Plan on It membership group last month, and I'll be spending some time on it in a video here for everyone. I'm going to talk about it in the way I do my gratitude journal and my planners, and you will get a look at that stuff too, as well as my savings challenges. Now, one of the first things I need to do is, I cannot show you, but this desk never quite finished getting cleaned up. So when I have a good hour or so, I will do a cleanup video. I may do it as a live, we shall see. But if not, I will do it as a video of, getting this desk cleaned up. The problem with doing it as a live is I'll be paying attention to your comments and I won't get anything done. But we'll see. I'll figure that out. But it has to be cleaned up and organized, and I have several savings challenges that need to be put into books and such. So, okay, I'm going to go. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Let's see. I should be here at some point tomorrow. I will not be here Saturday. And I don't know about Father's Day. That, I'm giving myself grace on holidays because I think I was trying to pretend that they weren't going to affect me, and they did. And so I'm just going to say, straight up. Sunday is Father's Day. My father passed away a few years back. My kid's father passed away in December, and my son-in-law's father passed away 2 years ago. And so I'm gonna guess it might be a rough day. We'll see. But I should be here tomorrow. All right. I will see you real soon. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I hope what I said made sense. I always say clear as mud. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you a little bit more in depth than what I said yesterday. Because I don't think I've really ever talked about a lot of that before. So, okay. See you real soon. I love you all. Happy savings.